saw you dancing in a crowded room. You look so happy when I'm not with you. But then you saw me, caught you by surprise. A single teardrop falling from your eye.
Hi guys, welcome to Neptuna Tarot. My name is Cassidy and I'm so grateful you guys clicked on today. So today we are actually going to be doing messages from Psyche. So I haven't done this topic in a while, but I felt called to recently, so let's just see what comes out. I'm really excited. So I did use the Whispers of Love Oracle for the options today. So pile number 1, you guys shuffled Back to What You Love. Reevaluate your desires. All right. And then pile number 2, you guys shuffled Be Willing to Express Love. Express love to receive love. Okay. And finally, pile number 3, you guys shuffled Embrace Your Emotions. Allow your feelings to surface and be accepted. Okay, there will be a 30-second meditation, give you some more time with the cards just to decide which pile is for you. If you're still struggling, you can also look in the description box down below. I always shuffle songs for every pile. If you're interested, please do not hesitate to contact me for personal readings. All right, I'll see you at your pile. Bye. Welcome, pile number 1s. You guys chose Back to What You Love, Reevaluate Your Desires. All right. So, messages from Psyche. What does she want to say today? This is about not feeling valued by community, not feeling valued by the people around you. That could even be a partner, that could be family, friends, just not feeling valued here. And Psyche is wanting you to be open to finding love elsewhere. Like I'm hearing like patchwork family or something like that. Like your chosen family is a better word, I should say. So coming to your chosen family, like the people that really truly make you feel loved, make you feel like you belong, I should say. Not being afraid of community. Okay, so this is actually similar to the spread that I just did recently, pile number 1. If you chose the same, maybe you choose number 1 every time or something, but there is this energy of kind of going at things alone, like secretly, like working on things, transforming, especially when it comes to the way you look at yourself. Like there's something here about value, self-worth. Like I feel like you kind of pulled back with this moon energy. You pulled back, you kind of went into the shadows and worked on yourself. Like I'm seeing a transformation. Like I'm seeing this isolation as positive, just like in the reading I just did. Like it's necessary right now. It's just like this time for you to kind of work with, it feels more like protection, whereas the other reading, it was more like integrating your shadow. This just kind of feels more like you're protecting your energy. Like you haven't been valued by people who should have valued you. Like specifically I'm getting like parents energy. So it's like maybe your parents just couldn't really see value in, you know, building a relationship with you, like that kind of thing. You know, it can be scarring for a person to feel that way, you know, feel rejection from a parent or to not feel valued by them. And I think instead of internalizing it, you have gone deeper. You've gone deeper. Like you've gone into this moon energy. And I just feel like Psyche is wanting you to not fall prey to that trap. Okay, like what I'm getting is with Psyche and her story, you know, she had 2 sisters, she had her parents. I think it might have just been her father. I'm not sure if she had a mom, I can't remember. But you know, I'm pretty sure her sisters were extremely jealous. You know, like they treated her badly because of that. And yeah, there's almost like this rejection, you know, that I'm sure Psyche had felt as well. And almost there's this energy of like being very naive to the fact that there's other things out there, like there's elsewhere. Like I feel like Psyche couldn't really see a way out of that situation. Like she just kept saying yes, 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 like following along, not fighting back. And it was to the point when eventually Eros comes in, you know, and sweeps her up and takes her to his like hideout kingdom or like hideout mansion or whatever. Like, you know, if like there's this energy of like, make sure to stay open and curious. Like don't become naive to the fact that you have options, that you have other people out there who will love and accept you. I don't know why I'm strongly seeing in my head like backstage during the show RuPaul, you know, it's like all of the moments that the queens have together where they're really bonding. And especially there's, you know, that same energy of feeling a lot of rejection for maybe following your heart, following your passion, and being rejected for who you are. So there's a lot of that in that show of like finding solace in other people who have gone through the same experiences as you. Connection, seeing yourself in other people. You know, it's time to come together. It's time to, bottom of the deck, we also had celebration. Okay, so it's like you've been doing this transforming here, you know, you've been changing a lot, I think, about how you see yourself, you know, really valuing yourself. And Psyche is just saying, like, to stay curious, like, don't stay, you know, it's just like in that other pile one, it's like, don't stay in hermit mode, don't stay in this moon energy. Like, this will help you recharge your energy at times. This was needed for your transformation, but there's more to it. There's more to it. Like, it's time. I'm kind of getting this energy of, like, it's time to step into the sun. And we do have the 8 of Wands, which is like this fiery energy, like movement, like moving forward very quickly. So I feel like, I don't know if this is just happening quickly. Maybe it's like happening, I am getting like heat energy, summer's coming up. So it's like in the summer, you are going to very quickly be feeling loved and accepted, and like you're with people who are your chosen family. I just feel this energy of criticism. Like, a lot of you have been criticized by others in some way or another, and it's just really been detrimental to, I feel like, the voice in your head, you know, your self-esteem kind of voice, like the voice that tells you your value. You know, I think it has been damaged by rejection, by people who have criticized you very heavily. Okay, let's go ahead and read these cards before we move on to reveal whatever this hidden message is. So we have transformation. This fairy tells you to surrender to a transformation in your life that's happening for your highest good. Embrace your transformation. The best is yet to come. Yes. And I did see that very last message of, like, the best is yet to come. And so while I was reading, I'm just like, don't stay in that energy, because the best is yet to come. Like, you have no idea how good the sun can feel, that joy, that happiness, that connection to your inner child as well. Like, this could be healing some really deep-rooted wounds. Like I said, rejection from parents. It could even be rejection from siblings, like Psyche, you know. And because even after Psyche kind of found her own place and she was happy, it was her sisters that came in and actually gave her that self-doubt once again, like made her question her reality, made her make choices that ended up hurting the person that she loves. So just be very wary as well of, like, advice at this time. Yes, we do have bottom of the deck as well before we keep going. 8 of Cups. So this is walking away from what no longer serving you. This is turning your back on the past, not looking back, you know, moving forward. Yeah, letting go of the people that do not value you, that, you know, it's just not serving your energy to be so detrimental to or I guess I should say critical, being so critical of yourself. You know, that's not working in your favor. It's not serving you. And so it's time to really find people who love and value you. Come together. So let's read this message. Fairies like to be busy, and a group of them is showing you that many hands make light work. Working as a team helps you get the job done. Ooh, so once... Oh my gosh, if you guys haven't, in the last reading I just did, what does Spirit want to tell you? Pile 1, like, strong energies connecting to this one as well. You know, they had the 3 of Pentacles, which is all about coming together in a collaboration. It's like many hands make light work, working as a team, you know. That's the same energy that we were getting. So it's like, do not close yourself off to this. I really love that her body language is just, her arms are wide open. I'm hearing the song Open Arms by SZA. And this 8 of Wands, you know, with the unicorns, it's giving like youth, you know, youth and purity and kind of going back to that place of gentleness, forgiveness to others, instead of like, I think you've been working to recharge, heal, protect yourself, but it's like you don't need to continue to protect yourself at this time. You can come together with others. Like, I think you're gonna know the difference between people who value you and people who just don't value you. Like, you're gonna know the difference. And so it's going to be very easy for you to like run towards them, have open arms with certain people that really love and cherish you. Bottom of the deck, celebration. Get ready to let your hair down and celebrate. It's time to go out to dance and play. An invitation could be on the way. Like, this is just giving me summer plans. Like, some of you have really fun summer plans, and it's gonna feel so celebratory, and you're gonna be coming together with others, and it feels like this energy back to what you love. It feels like the sun energy. So let's go ahead and see what else we have. We have the 7 of Pentacles. We have the 8 of Pentacles. Oh, wow. I feel like when you were in this energy of not valuing yourself, you know, you could have felt very restless. You could have felt very impatient. It's almost like this energy of, I'm hearing this song, Green Finch and Linnet Bird, from the musical Sweeney Todd. It's like feeling like a caged bird, you know? It's like, that's where that energy is coming in once again, of like, don't be naive to the options, to resources. Like, find connection, because I feel like some of you might have a little bit of a scarcity mindset, which probably comes from, you know, maybe not feeling worth it, or yeah, this criticism from the past. Like, it's just dang, where did it go? No, come back please. Sometimes the messages just run away from me. What? Okay, yes, patience. So I feel like, yes, when you were in this energy of like this mindset, I should say, that was, yes, created by this, you know, inner saboteur, it created just this impatience of like, I gotta get out of here, you know? I have got to get out of here. Like, I am a caged bird. So I almost get this energy of like, don't cage yourself. Like, Psyche's strongly wanting that message of like, stay curious, stay vigilant, is almost the energy I'm getting, where it's like, do your research, find answers to the things that you're searching for. Like, you have resources. We all have phones for the most part. Most of us have cell phones, and we can search and like educate ourselves on so many topics because we have the internet in the palm of our hands at all time. You know, it's like, don't stay limited in just what you've always known. You know, if Psyche had stayed home, she would have married. She never would have become a goddess, okay? She never would have partnered with Eros, you know? And I romanticize their relationship a lot, so I'm just like, I know Eros can be a piece of shit, but like, in my world, he's perfect. Which is my problem, right? Oh my gosh, like, in my world, it's like she got that happy ending, goddess, you know, Eros, love, blah, blah, blah. She didn't stay in just what she knew. If she had stayed, she would have married for money. Like, her family would have married her off to somebody rich, probably somebody old, creepy, I don't know. And she would have suffered immensely. So just make sure you're branching out. Don't settle. Do not settle here. And with this 8 of Pentacles, it also gives this energy of, yes, when you were in this mindset, you could have felt like it wasn't worth it to like work for your dreams, like to work really hard. Like, you could have just kind of been going with the flow instead of making like active choices to build towards something. And now I feel like you're changing that mindset. You're like, you know what? I am worth it. I do have options. I can build something over time, and I can be patient about what I deserve to have. You know, this is all about value, all these pentacles. This is about valuing yourself enough to work really hard, be patient for your fruits to grow. You know, it's like you're planting the seed right now, and you just need to keep watering it, keep nurturing it, keep taking care of yourself. Make sure you're coming together with other people, celebrate, have some fun, connect with your inner child, like choose to go towards things that make you happy, okay? Because I feel like this moon energy, it was very healing. It feels almost like a comfort blanket for you to stay in this moon energy, to like stay in the dark, to kind of stay maybe elusive or hidden or secretive, to keep to yourself. Like, it felt very good. It felt like you needed that to kind of protect yourself at that time. It's giving me like whenever Psyche is like, she first moves into the house, that Arrow's like little hideout home, and you know, she's spending a lot of time on her own. Like, it kind of feels like that energy of isolation, like kind of, I feel like she probably had to get to know herself again. Like damn, like I always thought that I would be doomed to this one life, and now I have all the, like I have another option. You know, there's something else for me. So it's like, this was good for a while, but it's not, the best is yet to come. That's what I'm trying to say. The best is yet to come. All right, so I think we're gonna get one more card, maybe like 3, because these are like oracle cards here. All right, friendship. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. Like, this is giving me community, friendship, knowing that you're worthy of friendship. Like, some of you have isolated because you just feel like people are going to reject you. So you've been rejecting yourself. You've been rejecting yourself before you can even build these bonds, build this friendship with other people. And so now that you are coming into this energy of transforming into self-worth, you know, valuing yourself, you're like, I'm worthy of friendships. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. Sorry, I was kind of losing myself in this energy of, we have no idea how much the other person also needs that friendship. You know, it's like you guys are in each other's lives for a reason, to be that safe place, to be that chosen family, to love each other unconditionally. So yeah, anyways, we have imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. Interesting. Yes, some of you guys are building something, and I think you need help. It's like come together energy, like many hands make light work. You're building something that is purely coming from your imagination, purely coming from your mind. And that's why, like, changing your mindset, changing the way that you see yourself is so important here, because it's almost like now you can really step up, and like some of you are going to be a leader in this energy of like, okay, like assigning roles, you know, and like delegating, being that leader in a group, of like what you're, something that you're trying to build. All right, let's get one more. This is all happening very quickly though. 8 of Wands. Like, I don't think you're going to be feeling alone for very much longer. Empathy. The fact we have all purple, which not all of these cards are purple, there's a strong intuition that you have, like with this moon energy as well. Like, I think that's what you've been working on, is like trusting yourself, building your intuition, so that when you know, receive downloads, receive messages, you know what's for you, what's not for you. I don't, you know, just very connected to your intuition here. I just have to say, with this purple crown chakra energy, just very strong crown. So it says empathy. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. I think this also has to do with forgiveness, and this isn't going to be for everybody. Like, there are those people that do not deserve your forgiveness, and I think that's okay. You know, there are some people who just cross a line that, you know, it's just too far. Like, they went too far kind of energy, and you don't have to forgive those people. But I do feel this energy of maybe trying to understand why those people were critical of you. You know, I think a lot of people who bully or criticize other people, you have to kind of see it from their perspective. They criticize themselves very strongly, to the point where they can't even hold in the criticisms for other people. Like, imagine being in their head, like that mean, cruel person who didn't value you, who rejected you, you know, this person that you have maybe internalized as awful. It's like kind of seeing things, like not demonizing that person any longer, kind of forgiving them, releasing that, just being like, you know what, it must be hell to live in a head that is so critical of yourself and others. And also you have to question from their side of things, this empathy of like, what made them that way? They probably had parents that criticized the hell out of them, rejected them, and they learned to reject other people, you know, in a very cruel way themselves. Like, it all comes from somewhere. Like, people have these behaviors that they learned, that were taught to them, and they don't know how to break free. I think that you have this wonderful imagination, this empathy, this capability to bring people together, and build very meaningful friendships. You know, there's depth to your energy here, and I just think kind of having empathy for other people, like, it almost feels like pity, and I don't like that energy. Like, oh, I pity the person who, like, you know, it feels really condescending, but oh my goodness. But I don't think that's what this, like, Psyche's trying to say here, is like, pity these people. They're just trying to say, like, don't demonize, don't hold on to that resentment. You know, that resentment is only hurting yourself. You know, maybe kind of just forgive in order to release it. Like, forgiveness is about self. It's not about the other person. Like, you don't have to go up to this person and be like, I forgive you. Or, you know, you don't even have to have that conversation. It's just more about, what energy are you still holding on to? Like, grudges, like, you know, demonizing somebody, resentment, hatred. What are you holding on to within your soul, within your body? And maybe trying to have more empathy for yourself. First of all, have empathy for yourself, but also for these people who are very much hurting. Those are hurting people. Hurt people, right? Oh my God, look, pride. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. Exactly. Like, if you were put in those same circumstances as that person, do you think you would have come out similarly? You know? And like I said, there's certain things that are just unforgivable, but if this is just somebody who was like, you're ugly, you know, it's like, okay, maybe they're not like a demon. Like, maybe they have very shallow parents that put a lot of pressure on them for their appearance. You know what I mean? It's like, just having that understanding and empathy, that higher view, that, you know, intuition as well. That is what I am getting for you, pile number ones. This was lovely, and I feel very thankful for you to come in today. So I don't know, I'm feeling grateful. Thank you so much. I love you. Till next time, guys, I'm sending you all the best love, light, protection, blessings. If you feel called, please like, subscribe, comment. I would love to hear from you guys. All right, till next time. Bye-bye. Hi. Hello. My baby. Lilith is very hungry, so I apologize. Pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. It says, be willing to express love to receive love. Okay. We also have stargazing. When you gaze at the stars, you give yourself very focus. Your intuition will flow more freely and reveal what you need to know about your situation. I don't know why I am strongly getting a romantic energy with this pile. So I'm really curious to see what the other cards are, just to give me that confirmation. Yes, it feels like almost like confessing your love. Like some of you here are finally like confessing or like getting something off your chest. We have the moon in reverse, which is all about revealing secrets, you know, like I think this is something that you have held on to for quite a while here. We have all this like really deep purple, you know, nighttime energy here. I just feel this energy of like you have stayed awake at night thinking and thinking and thinking about what you're going to say, how you want to say this. And it really does feel like to somebody very special to you. I'm strongly getting a romantic energy, like I said, but I just looked as well, and I also get like a child. Like some of you might need to tell a child something, like a secret, or to confess to your child something, or even just to like maybe even heal a connection with a child. Like some of you need to make a gesture, you know, open up about how you feel about your child, you know, that you love them very deeply or something, you know, because it does feel like a confession of like love, like a confession of I care about you, you know, be willing to express your love. Some of you have felt maybe abandoned as well at times, or maybe you blame the other person, like especially if this is romantic connection, it's like you blame the other person for times when you felt alone. We have a plane going over. You know, you felt almost like blame towards somebody else, and I think you've done some work where it's like you really have been doing this self-reflection, like looking at the moon, talking to the moon. I am getting, yeah, Bruno Mars, talking to the moon kind of energy, like where you're admitting where you messed up as well, and you're admitting that it feels almost like if there was a conflict, it's like you have, like you're gaining this energy of temperance, where it's like you're no longer blaming or holding grudges, like forgiveness as well. Like you're finally kind of balancing out, tempering out this energy and realizing what's important. And what's important is this connection. Like I just feel like whatever connection this is to you, it means so much to you. Yes, we have the Three of Pentacles. And what I love about this card is like usually it shows three people and we have a couple, you know, we have a couple here. So I'm strongly getting an energy of like working together with another person, making it clear to another person that you want to build with them, that you see yourself building something with this person, and like you want to collaborate, you want to work together. Just making it very clear, like confessional energy, like opening up, expressing your love. I get this energy, like with this card, there feels like there's this tension between the two of them, like this, I don't want to say hostility, but it just kind of feels like maybe a disconnection. There's a disconnection here. Like it feels like her back is more turned to him, and he just kind of like his brows look furrowed, you know, like he looks like he's just like, you know, like a little upset about something. And I'm getting that there's this energy of like this person that you might be thinking of. I do get this energy where they think that this is transactional. They think that you don't care as much as you do. They really feel that you are not going to put in the effort, or like this is really sad, especially if this is like a child, you know, like this is somebody's child who's just like, I just don't think you are going to put in the effort to like show that you care about me. Where there was something else here, hold on. Yeah, it, like I was saying, transactional, okay, because this is Pentacles energy. It's like this person could feel like maybe it's giving me when Marnie was there. This is a Studio Ghibli movie. When Marnie was there and she was adopted, right, by her mom, and she ended up finding the checks that they were getting to, you know, to basically to pay to have her, you know, and she's like, I can't remember how old she is, like middle school to high school, maybe like in between right there. And so it's like she really internalizes this as like, my mom only has me to get money, like it's transactional. So it's almost like it's really necessary right now, like Psyche, right? Message from Psyche. Psyche is saying it's really important right now to make it clear to somebody that you care about them, that it's more than just transactional, that you feel deeper for somebody. And also this is about like resolving a conflict, right? Making something better, resolution, like healthy resolution. Yeah, like how do you resolve issues in your relationships, you know? Do you communicate? Do you, it's almost like if you're holding, if you used to hold a grudge or something, it's like, is that really serving the relationship? Like, is it serving this connection to hold on to something when what's really important to me is this person? Like caring about somebody more than like resentment or, sorry guys, I'm losing, where is the message? Okay. Like just being more patient with somebody. It's like maybe where you held back in the past and you didn't let somebody know how you cared about them because you were maybe holding on to other issues you could have in the relationship. Like I'm just getting this energy of conflict with Psyche and Eros, you know, where she ends up pouring the hot wax on him and it ends up really injuring him. And he has to like go to his mom, Aphrodite, and he has to like be like, Mom, like, oh my God, like I should have listened to you. You know, it's like Eros had to do that work to forgive Psyche and for them to kind of work together, right? To come back together and to realize that even if they had this conflict, it doesn't mean that the entire relationship needs to, be let go of, or, not be worked on. It's like, be willing to work on it. Be willing to express love. All right, let's see what this one is. Magical gateway. It takes courage and trust to venture into the unknown, yet this is where the greatest rewards are. It's time to step boldly forward without looking back. And it's interesting, we went from this like deep purple, now we have more green, and green is the heart chakra. So I feel like your heart is really opening up, and it's because of this person. Like, you feel very strongly for this person. You care very deeply for somebody here, and it's time to let them know. And I think that there's a part of you that doesn't know what's gonna happen. Like, if you confess, if you let somebody know, like, I don't know, for some of you, this is like a friend that you have deeper feelings for, and it's like you're like getting the courage to venture into the unknown. You're getting the courage to finally be like, do you like me? Like, do you want to go on a date? Like, are you interested? Like, it's finally letting somebody know, like, hey, like, I care about you, and I see myself like building something with you. Like, for some of you, this is building a future with somebody. And this is also about temperance, is like staying very calm, staying very patient. Like, do not crash out. Like, it's like, if this person doesn't receive this confession well, or rejects you, it's like you need to kind of have built this self-love for yourself, that you're not going to fall into a pit of despair. It's like, yes, you care about them, but if they don't feel the same way, have enough love and respect to just release them. Like, you'll have this patience, you'll have this calm energy of like temperance, of I'm okay, I am okay with you. This is what I want, and I feel like it could be a magical gateway to our future. It's like, I feel like you see so much potential and magic that you could build with this person, but I just kind of get this, build your own internal system up to where even if you are rejected, you're still okay. It's not the end of the world. Yes, because bottom of the deck, I totally was not looking at it at all, but we have the star in reverse. Like, do not fall to that pit of despair. Do not become hopeless in love. Do not become, very pessimistic and like faithless, of like, oh, I'll never find somebody, or don't close yourself off. If you end up putting yourself out there, being very vulnerable about your feelings, and it's not received well, at least you took the chance. Be proud of yourself for the courage that took to even put yourself out there. But don't internalize the rejection as like something is wrong with you. It's just that this person doesn't feel the same, and that's okay. Even if it's a child, like for some of you, maybe a child is kind of pushing back and not really wanting a relationship with you. And, you have to kind of maybe respect that decision and learn to be okay without that child's validation. It's like, yes, you love and care about them, but I love them enough to respect that they don't want me in their life. Death. Wow. Yep, endings. Learning how to be okay with endings. Like, if something doesn't go your way, it's not the end of the world. And it's giving me Psyche, she can be very, I want to say dramatic, where it's like she would reach these really low points in her life, and she would, like, her mindset would be, I'm gonna throw myself into the river. Like, I'm just gonna lay here and die. I'm gonna give up. And I get this energy of, don't allow yourself to lay down and die, keep fighting. Especially like some of you, if this is like, you just have a lot of fear about speaking up and being honest about your feelings, you know, I think I just heard Shrek. Oh my god, I just heard Shrek in my head. Better out than in. Where was I going with it? Laying down and dying. Yeah, don't let yourself lay down and die here. Like, oh yes, like I was saying earlier, just like conflict resolution. How can we transform this disconnection, this hostility towards each other? How can we transform that into healing, into connection again, like coming back together? You know, it's like, maybe it doesn't have to be the end, but it's like the ending of a difficult time between you and another person. Like, some of you confessing and like getting out your feelings is going to be received very well. I think it's going to be very healing for a lot of you here. So, but it's almost like Spirit is like just wanting you to understand that right now it's unknown. Until you are vulnerable and express yourself, you're never going to know the truth. And so that's why I feel like they're leaving it open-ended, of like, this could go really, really well, or this could maybe not go your way. And like, they want to kind of leave it open-ended, of like, venture into the unknown. That's where the greatest rewards are. It's time to step boldly forward without looking back. All right, I'm trying to decide, because we also have this bottom of the deck energy here. Find balance. Find the balance between your work, rest, and playtime, and you will have more energy, harmony, and productivity in your life. Take a power nap. Okay, let's see. Sorry, I just got a text message. More green, right? More green energy. You're opening your heart. You're opening your heart up to something. And I think it's really scary. Like, it feels like death. Like, it feels like you're changing. Like, this is not usually like you to really be vulnerable and open, but it's like you're accepting. You're finally accepting your... Sorry, somebody's texting me and they're like so distracting. I need to go on D&D. Take a power nap. Like, you're just learning how to handle your emotions in a healthier way. You're learning how to also show up healthier in your relationships, like letting people know open and honestly how you're feeling, which is it shows communication, it shows emotional availability. You're becoming more patient and calm even in the face of rejection, which just shows, like, you know, that you can handle things, like you can handle yourself. And like, I think there's just part of you that has needed to really transform and open up. So don't be scared of it. Like, just don't be scared here. Like, a lot of this change is going to feel overwhelming, and I do feel this energy with stargazing and the moon. You might be the kind of person, like, you need to take time out to recharge. But there is somebody here in your life that this relationship needs to change. It needs to transform. And I do feel like for a majority of you here, it's going to go well. Like, it's going to go well. It's going to turn out well. It's just like, you need to put in that effort to let this person know, to resolve your issues with this person. Yes. Knight of Pentacles. Showing up. It's so interesting because pile 1 was kind of about like people rejecting them, you know, feeling rejected and building back their value. And it feels like you're kind of like the person that would be showing up for pile 1. Like, you might be the person showing up and being like, I value you, like I value you, I see you, I love you, I care about you, I want to make you an offer, you know. And more green, we have so, like, we have Pentacles here, and then we have like Scorpio, Sagittarius, like major arcana. Like, this is a big deal, this is a lot of change. So I think just be easy on yourself, like don't be so hard on yourself. But it's time to make an offer, it's time to confess your feelings, it's time to be willing to express love openly. Like, some of you guys have honestly been emotionally unavailable, and you're transforming that. You're finally learning how to be open and vulnerable. Like, you're learning how to find the balance. Yeah, balance with temperance, come on. Like, you're learning how to temper out your energy and not, you know, be unavailable or be closed off, or like stay in this energy of conflict when you have more power than that. You know, you don't have to fall into that pit of despair. So let's get the last message here. Imagination. This came out for pile 1. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. Some of you want to like write music or like write a song for somebody. This could even be just like playing a guitar melody or like piano or something. Like, this is something from your imagination, something that you are, I feel like, almost dedicating to this person, using your imagination to like maybe, or creativity I should say, using the creative aspect of your mind in order to express your love. Like, you don't even have to be so direct to tell somebody you love them. I think that would probably be the healthiest thing to do, is like to be very direct. But if you are more shy, if you feel pulled to express yourself differently, Psyche is saying go for it, you know? Like, I'm just seeing like somebody with a harp, like playing the harp very romantically. Oh my goodness. Like, some of you are very romantic, but maybe you used to like close that part of yourself off, like just close it off. And that's where that magical gateway is kind of coming in too, of like, you're entering new territory. This is, feels like a whole nother world. Feels like death, you know, transformation. This is a lot of change to be going through. So it's like, take your time. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight, okay, but he does make that offer, and he makes that offer very clearly, very decisively. Like, this is end all be all kind of. Like, I just feel like the Knight of Pentacles is the most committed, like for the long haul. Health. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. Okay. So Psyche is saying, yeah, this is, I feel like this is more about mental health, because we also have the star at the bottom, which can talk about depression. And, you know, depression is very common, okay? So many of us struggle with depression, and it's very treatable, and there are options, okay? So Psyche is saying, if you are struggling a lot with like anxiety, depression, other things, like, reach out to a doctor, talk to somebody, maybe even try therapy. Like, for some of you, being in talk therapy is what's going to be the most useful for you. Like, having somebody that you can actually open up to, be vulnerable with, without any kind of consequence, or like, you know, it's like, yeah, focus on your health right now, especially mental health, because I think the more clear that your head is, the easier it's going to be for you to be authentic, the easier it's going to be to open up and make the people in your life know that you really care about them. I just get this energy of neglect. Like, I'm sorry, pile 2, if that's harsh, but it's like, there are people in your life who feel neglected. They don't feel like you care deeply. They feel like you're just there transactionally in their life. Balance. Wow, so we have temperance, we have fine balance, and now we have balance. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. Yes, like, and I also get this energy of like, don't be hard on yourself. It's like, accept, yes, I may have been emotionally unavailable. I may have been closed off. I may have been really shy. I may have been holding myself back with the star in reverse. I may have, you know, been maybe in my head and holding myself back, making myself feel very hopeless. Not making yourself feel, but like, you know, feeling hopeless. And it's like you're coming back to this place of balance. And I think you just need to really give yourself so much love and empathy and compassion. Just really find compassion for yourself. Like, don't punish yourself, don't judge yourself. You know, for some of you, you might even be judging yourself of like, I'm taking too long. Like, I'm going very slow. I'm going at my own pace. And, you know, yes, it could be hurting somebody in your life here, but you have to do what's comfortable for you. Guys, this is crazy. Look at the bottom of the deck. No way. Double balance, double death. What on earth? Okay. I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. Yes, absolutely. It's like one door closes, another door opens. Like, it's not the end of the world. Like, some of you really fall into like, what's the word? Catastrophizing. Like, you catastrophize, like, worst case scenario. And I think you're learning how to find balance, like ending that mindset, like transforming that mindset of like, you know what? I'm not scared of things ending. I'm not scared of rejection, because I know that if something ends, it just means that there's another beginning for me. It's kind of like letting yourself know that your heart is safe. Your heart is safe. Like, yes, rejection might hurt, but having that optimism and that hope and that self-love to be like, you know what, if this rejects me, I still know that I'm worthy and I'm valuable, and I can find a new beginning. Like, a new beginning will be open to me. I just love that we have this deep purple, once again, these purples, and then this green, like heavy on crown chakra, heart chakra energy. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Well, that is the end of the reading. So thank you so much for joining me, guys. I really hope this message resonated with you. If it did, give me a like, subscribe to the channel, comment down below. Until next time, I'm sending you love, light, protection, blessings. See ya. Welcome to your reading, pile number 3s. You guys chose embrace your emotions, allow your feelings to surface, and be accepted. All right. I really feel like this reading needs to have a trigger warning. So, you know, I do want to say, if you're very easily triggered, or if there are things that you just do not want to hear on a YouTube tarot reading that kind of go into, I do want to say, themes of trauma. I want to say CA as well as SA. So if these are topics that you're not comfortable with, I just need to have a trigger warning put into this reading. I don't know how to say this message, because for the most part on my channel, because they're collective general readings, I don't usually get messages that are this real, you know. I mean, I guess that's not the best way to say that. It's these themes, you know, can usually you know, be around motivation and building you guys up. You know, I think that that's where I like to have my energy, you know, in order to give you guys these messages. These are healing messages. So usually like those very dark, traumatic, you know, triggering scenarios don't always come through. But when it comes to Psyche, I think the reason that this message is coming through very strongly is that Psyche was abused. Okay, like, let's just put it out there. I think that there were kind of, I don't want to say her family was extremely abusive, but they had their own kind of systematic dysfunction, you know, like it was very dysfunctional in her family. But I think what I'm actually channeling is Aphrodite's abuse of Psyche. She truly targeted her, and she did everything in her power to break her spirit. And I don't know if it's as malicious as that, but there's this energy of, when it comes to the gods, you know, Aphrodite is a goddess, and Psyche at the time of this abuse was a mortal. So already there's a dynamic of abuse of power, you know, like somebody obviously has more power in the situation, and she is targeting somebody who has little to no power in this scenario. And I think what is so heartbreaking about this is that there were other goddesses. I think she called out to like Demeter. I think there was another goddess that she also called out to. It could have been Athena. And both of the goddesses basically were like, I'm pretty sure they were like, you're on your own, if I'm remembering correctly. I believe that the goddesses that she prayed to, they literally turned a blind eye. So this is something really messed up, okay? Like, what I was getting in this energy is, with embrace your emotions, allow your feelings to surface and be accepted. I think that some of you have unresolved trauma that you haven't processed, and you haven't really allowed these feelings to surface. You know, you haven't accepted these feelings, you haven't processed them, you haven't dealt with them. And you know, this imagery here is a child clinging on to a unicorn. And I just get very strongly, this could have been a child that was unprotected. There was a child that needed to be protected. And I guess it doesn't have to be a child, but maybe it just, like, if you were an adult when you had some kind of abusive situation happen, it brought you back to that, like, inner child. Like, that's kind of like, it just triggered your inner child very deeply. That's that energy of like feeling safe, feeling innocent. We have pure intention here, you know. There's just an energy here of not, yeah, you weren't protected. You were not protected, and I think it's time to unpack, you know. And I do feel this energy of needing help. You know, you don't have to go at this alone. You can seek out a therapist, you know, you can seek out a very close, trusted friend or family member, you know, your partner. Open up about it, maybe, if that's what you need. You know, if you're the kind of person that needs to process something out loud and talk about it, and maybe even let yourself fall apart, cry. It's time. Like Psyche is telling you, it's time to process this, to unpack this. Because I just feel that the worst thing about this reading is like that you weren't protected, and Psyche was not protected, no, like I think there was like little things like that did end up coming to her rescue, like did end up helping her along the way. But I'm pretty sure when it comes to like the gods or like people in the situation who have more power, they failed you. Like the people who had power and should have protected you, and they should have told Aphrodite, like, this isn't okay, like what you're doing is not okay. Instead, they would enable this person, they allowed this to go on. And at the end of the day, yes, she ended up getting through these trials, and she ended up becoming a goddess herself. But at what cost? I just kind of get this energy of Psyche, like, did they ever give her that time and space to process what she had went through? It's like no one gave her that space to like, ooh, like she literally was tortured by a goddess. So I just get this sense of you might have been pushing this down for a long time, and I just kind of get this energy of like all of these feelings are bubbling up to the surface. And for some of you, this is actually being triggered by you having kids, like you having your own kids and realizing, holy shit, I never should have been treated a certain way. Like maybe your parenting style is just so different from maybe what you experienced. Like if it was neglect, if it was abuse, if it was both, if it was emotional, physical, whatever it was, SA, it wasn't okay. And I think it's bubbling up to the surface of like, I have not dealt with this. And I think with this unknown card, it's like, I think a lot of you didn't know how. You didn't know how. Some of you repressed, memories. Some of you have just buried this very deeply. You just don't look at it. It's like, it's there, but it's like you just don't look at it. You don't think about it. You don't process it. But with this unknown card, it feels like a real fear of, if I do let myself tap into this, will I be okay? Will I recover? Will I fall apart? And I think some of you need to fall apart. Like some of you need to process and let it out and release, and like just do something that helps you release this energy, because I think you're holding it all in and it's bottling up right now. I am getting as well, like it's okay to be alone right now. Like you're gonna need a lot of time alone with the Hermit. So Psyche is, letting you know, like, to make sure to go within. It's like what I was getting with this card was check in with yourself. It's time to check in with yourself. How are you really doing? Like, how are you really doing? And oh my goodness, gosh, this message is so, like, the messages I'm getting and trying to sort through what is acceptable for a collective YouTube reading, and like, but it's coming through strongly as like SA. Like some of you with this Ace of Wands in reverse, it was somebody taking advantage, not protecting a child. See, like my voice is cracking. Like I don't want to talk about it. And I think that's also your energy of like, I don't want to talk about it. Like I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to look at it. It's easier for me to compartmentalize, and to pretend I'm okay than to actually like process this. Some of you like don't see the point, and like some of you feel like this is all you've known, this is how you cope, this is the best way to cope. But some of you like have no idea like like, I guess it's not gonna feel good in the moment of processing it. It's not, you know? But I think it'll be a release. Like, it's a release. And you might not really know how much you've needed this release until you experience it, till you go through it, till you let it happen. I'm just hearing, let yourself fall apart. Two of Wands in reverse. Yeah, I just see you like going back and forth of like, I really should talk to somebody about this. Like, you know, for some of you, like a therapist, I really should, you know, get some help for this. I really should look at what are my options in this, you know, and like, or maybe even just doing this work on your own. Like, some of you are very private, and I understand that you don't want to have a therapist, or, you know, maybe you want to kind of learn about things on your own. I do recommend just like reading, you know, like make sure you're reading books about like maybe trauma, CPTSD, just really looking into like, yeah, like survivors of abuse, and like reading about it, because I just feel like the way you're coping, yes, it's gotten you to this point, and like you've survived this long this way, and like I keep getting this energy of like, this is all I know, and this is what feels safe and comfortable to me, but it's almost like there's like this unknown this unknown, right? This unknown, thank you, Spirit, of like, there's knowledge that you don't have, there's knowledge that you are missing, that you need to like seek out, that will, I think, assist you in a healing process. Like, the more knowledge that you have, I think the easier this will be for you to face. You will feel stronger, you know, with more knowledge and awareness of yeah, maybe even just like how common this is, or just not feeling as alone, and like realizing how often certain things happen, you know. I just feel this energy, yeah, like going back and forth, like I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna go and get therapy, or I'm gonna go and do this and that, like, but then there's this other part of you that's like, I don't want to talk about it, I don't want to deal with this, like very defensive. And I think it's because no one protected you that you have this guard, you have this defense, because you're like, I'm protecting myself. And oh my God, I feel, yeah, it's okay to cry. Like, it's okay to cry. It's okay to cry. I think I'm holding myself back, and I just keep channeling. I feel like your energy here, where it's like, you almost go there, you almost go to that place, and then you just like completely like reel everything back in. You pull everything back in. Like, it's like that, what is that meme where they're like sucking the tear back up into their eyeball? Like, that's the energy that I'm getting. Back and forth, yeah. Let's go ahead and read these cards. Well, before I do that, I just want to show you also, like, bottom of the deck, Justice in reverse. Like, to me, this was just another confirmation. Like, this wasn't fair. This was absolutely injustice that happened to you. And this was absolutely like, you weren't protected. You deserved so much better. You deserved to be protected, and I'm like, it's almost like Psyche coming in and just like cradling you and being like, I'm sorry, like, I'm sorry that, you know, you didn't have people that were strong enough to stand up to cruelty, you know. Okay, so we have manifestation. Be very honest and clear about what you wish to manifest in your life. Now write it down on paper. Manifestation, step 1. I don't think, well, I think that this trauma has definitely maybe held you back from being able to manifest, you know, because you know, there's just like this cloudedness that trauma can bring. A lot of people with trauma struggle with memory. They struggle with clouded thoughts, you know, and also just probably self-worth of like, I don't deserve to manifest my dreams, or like just internalizing shame, a lot of shame. So that shame really holds back manifestation. So I think there's part of you that needs to like write down your feelings, embrace your emotions, allow your feelings to surface and be accepted. Like maybe, like I said, if you're dealing with this on your own, turn to books, but also maybe even writing. Like get a journal, write these feelings out, honor these emotions, embrace these emotions, let them out, let them surface. But also I think there's a part of you that needs to step into this energy of manifestation and looking to the future and being like, this past does not define me, and I don't need to be held back any longer by this shame. Like really empowering yourself to look forward, to look towards the future, to manifest what it is you really want. And maybe even write down your goals, like this is what I see for my future. We also have pure intention. The fairy of manifestation will help you to use your wishes wisely. Manifest your heart's desire with pure intention and for the highest good of all. It's interesting, the fairy of manifestation. So we have manifestation twice. You're manifesting healing. I think you have a very pure heart, pure soul, and this is truly injustice that this situation has happened to you. But it's not the end of your story. You know what I mean? Like your story is still being written here. This doesn't define you. This isn't who you are. Your past isn't who you are. This is just experiences that you had. Like some of you have really held yourself back because you're still feel a lot of shame, internalized shame, that other people wanted you to feel. There's an energy of wanting to corrupt your pure spirit. It's disgusting. I'm sorry. It's pile 3. I'm so sorry. I don't even know how to do this message. 7 of Swords in reverse. This is about clarity, no longer sneaking around your emotions. Like I feel like you have avoided, like you have been this master of escapism, a master of escape. Like you just kind of have distracted yourself for so long that you almost feel like, oh, that's not even a big deal. What I went through wasn't even a big deal, because you're avoiding, you're sneaking around it. But I think you're finally coming into some clarity of like, I'm not okay, and I haven't processed this, and I need to feel. I need to feel. And if you need to fall apart for a while, Psyche is saying it's okay. It's not the end of the story. Like, I think some of you are so scared of this unknown of like, if I do go to that place, I'm never gonna be able to recover. But Psyche's like assuring you that won't be the end of your story. Bottom of the deck, we also had stargazing. When you gaze at the stars, you give yourself fairy focus. Your intuition will flow more freely and reveal what you need to know about your situation. Yeah, this is giving me clarity. Once again, 7 of Swords in reverse. Just like really focusing on this. Like it's gonna really be painful and it's not gonna be easy, but it's time to look at it. This is not a time to ignore it, to sneak around it, to avoid it. It's time to go straight in, focus on it, give yourself the space to process this. My God. We have honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Some of you, it's like you may really crave an apology, or like, it's almost like you wish that this abuser would come to you and be like, I recognize what I did was wrong and I'm sorry. It's like that would be healing for you, is like to hear it from them. But I do get this energy of like, you can't expect honesty from everyone. Like you need to expect it from yourself right now, because I think honestly you're not okay. I think honestly you need to check in with yourself. Honestly, you need to process this. And it's like, you can be honest with yourself, but not everybody, you know, it's like expecting Aphrodite to admit to Psyche, like, I'm so sorry, Psyche. Like, she would never do that. I'm sorry. She's just that vapid and yeah, like that egotistical and prideful that, like, she wouldn't admit that. We have happiness. Wow. I am aware that being happy means that I'm on the right path. I think some of you feel shame when you feel happy, and that's where the problem is coming up. That's where those feelings are coming up of like, I should be happy right now. Like, why do I still feel guilt and shame? It's like, that's what we need to process. You know, that's what we need to focus on. That's what we need to look at. That's what we need to stop ignoring, because it is getting in the way of you truly feeling pure bliss, pure joy. Adversity. Wow. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. And I kind of hate this, because it's like, this was the best way for me to learn, Spirit? Like, fuck you. You know, absolutely not. It's almost like those people that are like, you were meant to go through this to make you stronger. Like, no. You were never meant to go through this. This was injustice. Okay? This was not right. But I think what they're saying is, with this adversity, that it is teaching you a lot. I think about psychology, about trauma, about the human mind, and like what we kind of do in order to cope. This adversity is teaching you a lot, but I don't think this is like something that was meant to happen. You know what I mean? I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. I think some of you have kind of accepted that this is what you were like this is the card I was dealt, and if I hadn't gone through what I went through, I wouldn't be who I am today. Like, I do think that there's an optimism in that of like, you did build strength, you did build, like, I don't know, I'm really struggling because I'm just like, fuck that, you know? It's like, this was not the best way to learn. Yeah, I'm really struggling with that. But let's just take it for like adversity itself, of like, you have gone through so much adversity, and the fact that you're still here with me today and standing and surviving, and oh my goodness, and the fact, like, if you're here listening to this message and still receiving this message to this point, that just takes so much courage and strength. Like, I feel tears. Like, I'm trying to hold it back so much, but that's the second time I'm almost cried in this reading, and I'm just kind of getting this energy of like, don't hold back. Like, I don't even know why I'm holding back. Like, I keep like sucking them back in, and I'm like, we gotta let it out. I feel good when I help others. Service. Some of you, this could actually be leading you to a career path of helping other victims. Other victims that have experienced the similar trauma, similar things that you have, maybe even like helping children, you know? I think that can really be a healing step for you, or like that could be something that you're wanting to manifest. Like, you can be that shield that you didn't have. You know, you can be that shield for other children that maybe you didn't have. And I think that's absolutely beautiful. Oh my goodness, yes. Well, Psyche loves you and is here for you. I love you and I'm here for you. And I think you are so courageous if you listen to this whole thing. I just want to give you a big old hug. Whew. I am sending you love, light, protection, blessings. And if you feel called, you can always like, subscribe, comment. It's the easiest, freest way to help me out here. But damn, pile 3, I love you so much, and thank you for being here. Till next time, bye.